So today I have a very interesting video for you guys. I'm going to be comparing gel tips. So we all know Aprés. I'm familiar with Aprés. When I would get my Gel X nails, Novo OVO, and Una Gella. Now, the reason why I got the other two brands is because, like, ideally, if I had it my way, I would only use Aprés all the time. However, oftentimes on their site, they are always sold out of the long sizes in the shapes that I need. So this I would not use for press-ons. This I would use for when I do my personal Gel X because this is a sculpted tip. What that means is the apex is curved. A beautiful sculpted nail. It has the nice C curve there. And then we're gonna test this out. Okay, I'm like, it's pretty sturdy. Like I'm using force to bend this. It's pretty much kept its shape. Let me squeeze it sideways. No creasing. Like this is pretty much held its shape. And that's what you want in a tip. You want it to be sturdy and hold its shape. I personally love this for when I am wearing Gel X because I like the curved apex. This is not ideal for press-ons because there's no gel to fill in that apex. So for the press-ons, I would want to have a natural tip. But for the sake of just comparing Gel X tips just in general, that's why I'm doing this video. Before I go to the next one, what I like about the Gel X packaging is that you get all these sizes, 14 different sizes, a huge variety, and you see the numbers are on the box and they are also on the tip. Like it says it at the base of the tip. So this is a number 2. See, it says it there at the base. Major plus, beautiful packaging. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side. No complaints with this Una Gella. I like the packaging on this too. It's nice and sleek and it's compact, so it can fit in small spaces. I really like that. And this has 11 sizes, so still a variety of sizes, and the numbers are listed here on the inside. Okay, so let's open this up. So I'm just gonna take one out here. Now, when I opened this earlier, I did notice something. So this is a size 0. And when I went to fit it on my thumb, it fits, right? I feel like it's, I guess that's a perfect fit. The Aprés tips, they have 00, which is for like a bigger thumb. So somebody who has bigger thumbs, this may not work for them because this is the biggest size, the 0, and it fits my thumb perfectly. Now I don't have the smallest hands, okay? I don't have the biggest hands, but I don't have the smallest hands either. So I think my thumb, the fact that it fits my thumb, I've never had any problems fitting tips on my nails, but just for your reference, their 0 fits my thumb perfectly. Okay, so the next size down, oh, okay, scratch what I was gonna say. Earlier when I was messing around with these, I had tried on this one thinking it was numbered like how the Aprés is. The Aprés tips, they go from left to right, right? So I picked up this one first and then this one thinking that was how they're numbered, but theirs are numbered in a zigzag. So they go like this. So when I went to try on this tip on my thumb, I'm thinking it's number 1, not realizing it's number 2. So then when I put it, I was like, oh, wait, that's a big difference. But that was my bad. I'm going to close this back up and we're going to do the bend test. In comparison, this is a very similar feel to the Aprés on my left. And this is the Una Gella. Like, it's comparable in thickness. The Aprés is slightly thicker, but this I would say is comparable in thickness, which I like. It's pretty sturdy, just like the Aprés tip. I'm using a lot of force. You can see on my fingernails, I'm using a lot of force, and it went back. So I like that. This is a good tip. I'm very pleased with the Una Gella. I really like that. Okay, so in the end, I'm gonna rank these. Another thing, these are, so this is an extra long tip, both the same shape. This is XXL on the right, which I really like. Really like that to do the nail art. And then the number is listed on the very tip. Right there, it says 0. Okay. The Novo OVO. I also got these from Amazon, these and the Una Gella. These came, the tip number stickers came with these, so they're not already listed, so I'll have to stick these on there manually. So I don't mind that, but it's nice to already have that on there. But the numbers are on the nails, I guess, just to stick in here. But the numbers are on the nails. And these are stiletto tips. So I purposely got different shapes for a couple of reasons. I'm building my kit and I'm trying to see which tips I'm going to be using going forward. I'll say in the end which one I'm gonna use for my press on business. That's why I just got one of each, so I could see like what I like instead of buying a whole bunch and then don't like them. So this is the Novo OVO stiletto. This is extra long, or is it? No, this is XXL as well. This tip has the frosted bottom, and this is to prevent you from having to file it. So it's already kind of like the shine is not there. I won't really know how I feel about that until I actually work with them, but that is why the bottom is frosted like that. And then it has, you can see it better from the inside, it has a line in the middle, so you can make sure like when you're sticking it that it's applied straight onto the natural nail. So that's cool, I like that. In comparison to the Aprés, it's not as thick as Aprés, but it's decent. Let me compare it to the Una Gella. It's also not as thick as the Una Gella. So bending it sideways, it's pretty durable, which I like. Okay, not mad at that. It held up its shape pretty good. This part here, they marketed the base as being super flexible and thin so that it fits seamlessly on the natural nail. That's how they marketed it. So I'm not mad at that. The true test is going to be when I squeeze it sideways, if it's going to crease or not. There is no line of demarcation. It did crease a little bit, slightly, see? But there's no line going down the middle. It looks like it because of the light right here, but there's no line going down the middle. So I'm not mad at the Novo OVO. Oh, and what I did like, another thing I liked about the Novo OVO is a true stiletto. You know, like not much filing will have to be done with this. Some of the other stilettos that I saw were kind of like more almond to me. To me, this is a true stiletto. So I really do like that. I'm gonna rate them now. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being phenomenal, 1 being terrible. The ratings are in. I'm basing them on durability, thickness, packaging, and sizes available. Aprés, I gave it a 10 for durability, a 10 for thickness, 10 for packaging, 10 for the sizes. For the Una Gella in the middle here, I gave her a 9.5 for durability, 9 for thickness, 10 for packaging, 10 for sizes. For the Novo OVO, I gave her a 8 for durability, a 7 for thickness, 8 for packaging. And the only reason why I gave them an 8 was because I have to put the stickers on there. Like I would like if the numbers was already in the box. Even though that's not a big deal, I docked a couple of points for that. And then for our sizes go, or size options, I gave them a 10 because they have 12 different options. So with that being said, I have decided which tips I'm going to use going forward for my press on business. And I'm going to say Una Gella. And the reason why I'm going with Una Gella is because I feel like it is the most comparable to Aprés. It is more cost efficient. Aprés tips go for $30 a box. I believe these were 17 or 18 a box. And also the sizes that I need are readily available, which is super important. So it's safe to say I think I'm gonna roll with the Una Gella. So now that I know that, I'll be getting more of the Una Gella tips in different sizes and shapes going forward. But yeah, so if you're thinking of starting your press on business and you're not sure what tips to use, I kind of just, helped you out with that. Of course, try yourself, get 1 box of each, see what works for you. All right. Because for me, having the longer lengths readily available is super important to me because that is my niche. Long, luxury, maximalist. I'm not a short nail girly. That's no diss to the short nail girlies, but that's not my target audience. So I need to make sure that the supplies that I need for my business are readily available. All right. So I hope this video helped you. I'm going to put in the description the links below for the different tips, and I'll see you on the next one. One more thing before I go. The Novo OVO tips are not terrible. They're really not. But I think these would be good, and I'm speaking for myself personally, these would be good for me to practice, like just making the press-ons on, practicing my art, my sketches. I'll probably use a lot of the tips for that purpose. Yeah, for me, these will be good to practice on, so they won't go to waste. But I just wanted to include that little bit.